Here it goes. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Karen Cole, and I'm going to be talking about my study of a professional development for teachers. Now, I know that sounds very dry and very, oh, great, another PD, but this is very focused and something that I saw a need for. So my introduction, I want to introduce you to the topic by saying that I've actually done this. I've walked in to a school. There's 2 teachers. They're directly across the hall from each other, around the same age, they teach the same subject, the same grade. They took the same university courses. They did their internships together. They're exactly alike, but their teaching styles and their connection with the students, their experience at the school were completely different. One was terrific and one wanted to quit teaching. So teacher A, she found success in instruction, classroom management, and most of all relationships with her students and administration, which was very important in this. Teacher B finds difficulty balancing time management, school expectations. She's struggling a lot with administration and even relationships with her students. Is there a way to get that?
I don't think it touches.
Okay.
You can hit enter.
There's an X button, it might.
No, she was asking how to get rid of that.
Oh, yes. I think you
Is there a way you
hit
can
the-
drag it?
If you put the pointer on the X button and click it, may go
I
away.
thought that was a smart board. I was like, just touch it.
I don't think it is a smart board. Yeah, that didn't work. Sorry.
Okay, so I just left the school thinking, why are they having such difficulties? It's just such a dichotomy here. One's great, one's struggling. Why? They're so much alike. Why? I have to know why. And so I want to help them, but I also want to help other teachers that I mentor and other teachers that I will talk to in the future. So I started thinking, what is the difference? What were some of the differences that I saw? And a lot of it was their personality. And so I started thinking, does a certain personality gravitate towards teaching? Is one type of personality better in the classroom than the other one? And so I wanted to explore it with this project in curriculum, for this curriculum project and for my bibliography. And so I was looking at traits that promote teacher effectiveness, and so I tried to develop a professional development course that would promote personal awareness. Well, what do you like in the classroom? How do you come across to your students, to your administration, to other teachers? And also the professional development we'll look at as largely as a reflection tool. And so I've seen too many disinterested, discouraged students, especially when the personality is harsh, and I get onto you, and then do you work after that? No, you sit, and you're out, you're gone. So I've seen that so many times, and I want to just get in there and change it, and so I wanted to work on how to change that. And so this was, I must intervene. It was my power statement.
Oh, and it's got something over it. That is awful.
Don't take points off for that.
I won't. I'm putting good job, power statement.
So my goals here, they were to design a curriculum that could be used for professional development for teachers to focus really on how does their personality affect their efficacy. And that would be with students in the classroom, with administrators and all. So the goal is to make teachers just aware of themselves, aware of their personality, how they come across to others, the learning styles of their particular grade and other factors in the classroom, and just how their personality traits extend, and how this affects student learning and student success. So the target population, I saw this in our handout, so I tried to get very specific with it. So I went to Sale Elementary School. Do you know? Good. If anyone asks you, I didn't write this, okay? Just in case somebody gets in trouble. So it is part of the Columbus Municipal School District. I do mentor 2 teachers there, and I see quite a bit of problems, not just with them, but with some other teachers as well, and see that they need some teacher preparation. So theoretically, I would work with grade 4 and 5 teachers. The program that I work with at MSU considers middle school to be grades 4 to 8, and SAIL goes to grade 5. So that's why I would target grades 4 and 5, and that's around 6 teachers. And so I think that this would benefit new teachers the most, but I would love to have in returning teachers, old teachers, veteran teachers, so that they can say, yes, that would work, or not with these students, so that they could give a lot of feedback. Okay, so the sessions would be 3 sessions. The first one would be the big one. It would be about 3 hours, and it would be held right before school starts, for the school year starts. And the second one would be around a month after. I would love a little less than that, but you're still getting routines and all in. The third session would be about a month after that, so it would be around August, September, and then October. And the second and third one are mainly reflection, which we'll get into that a little bit later. And the second and third one would be about an hour and a half each, for a total of about 6 hours for the whole course. So the activities in session 1 would be reflect on your own personality. Discuss what personality traits that students generally respond to, both positively, negatively. Examine the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. I love to do that. That's it's so much fun. And so that they can determine what kind of personality that they have. And they're going to be not only learning about themselves, but thinking deeply about their own personality, ways to adjust. I've heard teachers are entertainers. We go in trying to make you have fun and enjoy the lesson, and well, some do, some don't. And so how are you going to present yourself to the grade and to the subject? Because grade 1 math and grade 12 English are going to need some different teaching skills, teaching personality types. And then also in session 1, learn about current research, apply it to their mini lesson, which we'll talk about in a moment. But there's always just going to be continuous discussion. With 6 teachers there, it's going to be very open to discussion. So the product of session 1 would be a mini lesson. So they would have time, 15 to 20 minutes-ish, to think about their first day of school. What are they going to do? What are they going to teach? How are the students going to be arranged? How are they going to come in for that first impression? That's very important. So they have to think about these things. And I was administrator at my previous school, and I would just tell them, don't walk in all mousy. Okay, so hi. No, go in with confidence, But I want to tell them that, but there's still those little, little quiet personalities. So things to think about before you walk in the door and lose the students for the rest of the year. So just thinking basically about the first day of school. So the evaluation of session 1 would be from the other group members. It wouldn't be something that I would do. These teachers don't need a score from me. So what would be most helpful would be, as again, the veteran teachers, the returning teachers, who could say, that'd be great, or let's try this instead. And there's a rubric, which is on the next slide. The teachers would respond to constructive criticism, discuss ideas, best practices as they model. So here's the rubric. I had to take a picture because I couldn't actually.
Wouldn't work for you, huh?
It
looks
just
good.
went
Yeah.
straight down.
This looks good.
So the content area, there's 5 content areas, lesson connection to the students. Again, are you teaching grade 4 English or grade 5 math? So how are you going to connect this to the students? And the place where I taught before, the students didn't understand estimation. Why do we have to learn estimation? I can just work the problem out right now and give you the right answer. So that was their culture. They just didn't understand. What? That's ridiculous. Why would I estimate? And so it was very important for the teachers to say, well, think about it. If you go to this store and you want to, to buy this for so many people, you have to think about, estimation. So planning appropriately for your grade and your content area. Personal connection to the students, of course, is the major thing. As we talked about before, if I yell at you and you're mad now, are you going to work? Probably not, because a lot of students are thinking, the teacher gave me the work. I'm going to give it back to the teacher, and then it's the teacher's work. I'm doing this work for the teacher. That's a mindset of a lot of students. And if I don't like the teacher, I'm less likely to work, I'm less likely to do a great job. So we do need to work on our students with intrinsic motivation, which is another research project another day. Care for student learning. This is a connection here between, if you're a caring teacher, those students know it. And even if you're not the best, even if you don't know, you're teaching all content of grade 4, you're not strong in math, they know it, they're still going to work for you. They're still going to love you and really engage in learning. Knowledge of content area, of course, what I've seen, someone may not be strong in math, but they're very strong in English, and they're learning math as the students are learning, because you think, oh, I can just walk in, I can teach grade 4 math, I'm an adult, but so things change since you have been in school. Let me tell you. So, and then classroom management and organization. This one would be a little bit harder to do in such a small setting with teachers, but that's something that they could discuss. So they have the three-point scale. Number 1 needs improvement. Number 2 is satisfactory. Number 3, be excellent. So this is just some feedback that the teachers could give. There's a comment section down here where they can make notes. And it's not, that's so bad you need to quit, or it's not anything negative. It's just something, hey, why don't you try this, or try and improve here and there. So the activities in sections 2 and 3, write a reflective paragraph. It's a lot of reflecting here. What worked and what didn't work? That's why I wanted the second session so quickly after the first, is because, first of all, people forget what they learned in the first section. But then also, in the second one, it gives them time, if they didn't do something right or they need to change something, it gives them time to save the rest of the school year. And then the last part is to create an action plan for their improvement. Okay, so the literature overview. To support this curriculum development project, I did an annotated bibliography with 39 sources in 4 categories. History, it had 3. Teacher personality efficacy, 24. Professional development, 5. Standards, 7. And I had some, at first I was calling them appendix, like the personality scales and things like that, but then I just threw them all in.
Throw them all in. All right.
So the empirical, I was trying really hard. I got 20, and it came out to be about 57%. So I was
Proud.
happy. I was happy about that. So the first, I just wanted to give you, I'm not going to go through all 39, thank you, but I will touch on a few. This one was about attitude, and this is a book. If you haven't read this book, you should. It's a great book. This was my aha book. It's Mindset by Dweck, and I guess that's her name. Did I get it right? And so when I read this, I thought of 2 of my teachers and thought, that's it. That's exactly why they act the way they do. And so that you have the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. You could, even if you've never heard these before, you could probably think of what they mean. The growth mindset, you're learning from your mistakes, you're positive. Even if you get something wrong, or somebody, the administrator tells you not to do that, or gets on to you about something, you're learning from it. And you work hard for your success. And what was interesting here is you're generally more successful than people with talent, because talent just seems so natural, and talent, you think you've just got it. But what she's saying here from her research, which I wanted to include this in empirical because there was so much research there, was if you work really hard, you're going to succeed. And if you have your open mind, you're learning from mistakes, you're going to succeed. And even though it wasn't a teacher book, it can be applied to teaching. You're also learning how your